Hey, everybody. Hello. I see we have people from the Netherlands here, from Tasmania. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are on the planet. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, Peggy. I will talk a little bit about that. Thank you for reminding me, Joe. So right now, today I'm going to talk about what you need to know right now. But Peggy brings up a good point about ascension symptoms and health symptoms, anything that's going on for you right now. There really is no boundary to what you might need to know right now. In my reading, that's my intention. It's like whatever wants to come through for you. I will pull a card and a couple of cards for each zodiac sign, but I do want to say to you, 2024 is really where ascension is kicking into another gear. Okay. So if you're having a lot of sleep problems or memory problems, I've noticed any kind of issues going on, I want you to see your doctor. Okay. Don't just blow that off because of what we're talking about today. But I also want to make it clear that things are changing in a big way. Okay. So it would be understandable for you to have these physical symptoms and for you to check them out with your physical doctor. All right. And then we can work on the spiritual part here. Okay. So let's see what's going on. The astrology of 2024 is really monumental. We are having a Mars retrograde later in the year. It's in December, but the truth is about retrogrades is there's a shadow period before and a shadow period after. So this starts a lot earlier in the year than you might think, right? When I talk about different dates in astrology, like, okay, March 25th, we have a full moon. We have in Libra, and it's an eclipse, right? So that's activation energy, change energy. The moon moves pretty fast. So, we're talking about a day or two on either side, maybe 3 days at the most. But some of these other planets that move a lot slower, and Mars only retrogrades every 2 years, have a bigger shadow. Even Mercury, when Mercury goes retrograde, there's like a full 10 days in front of it and a full 10 days after it. So just try to keep that in mind when we're talking about astrological shifts in energy, that it's bigger than you think. Okay. And wherever it hits in your birth chart is the part of your life that is going to be impacted by that shift. So, for example, we are that full moon later in March 25th is in Libra. And like I said, eclipse energy is activation energy, and Libra is about relationships. So, okay. So what house does it fall in your birth chart? Falls in my 12th house. Okay. So that's my relationship to spirit. Okay. So pay attention to how it affects you personally. But I will say, because we're stepping into this level of ascension, like the new gear, right? We'll call it the new gear, the new channel, the new tunnel towards new earth. Because we're stepping into that, there's global impact, right? There's global impact, there's societal impact. So you're seeing a lot of stuff being very turbulent and maybe upheaval this year. Definitely with Jupiter conjuncting Uranus in April 20th, I believe that is. But remember, there's shadow before and shadow after. So things build, and then things dissipate. As you know, in your life, things don't just happen. Even tower moments don't just happen. There's a preparatory or an ignoring, or there's something like that. There's something going on before that has that energy happening. So let's start with Pisces. We are in Pisces time. And what do you need to know right now? I'm using the Empath Oracle, which I don't use a lot, but I am really loving this deck right now. So I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to use my Mythic deck. And if we need to clarify, we'll clarify. And I don't usually do that for these kind of readings, but I don't know why I said that. So I'm going to need to clarify somebody's reading. So let's see where we go. So we're starting with Pisces. We'll go all the way around to Aries, and then Pisces all the way around, to Aquarius. And then I will pull cards for everybody at the very end who's watching, okay? All right. So Pisces, what do you need to know right now? What is going on for you? These are all sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So get a pencil and paper and make a couple of notes for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus sign. And there's a special message in there that's more specific for you. Okay. Okay. Pisces, what do you need to know right now? What's coming through? Gosh, this card. I've only used this deck a couple of times in the last couple of days, but this card is just haunting me. Focus. All right. Pisces, focus. We do have Saturn in your sign. We have a stellium in Pisces, started the 23rd of February, going to go all the way through March, different planets moving in, different planets moving out. By the end, Mars will be in Pisces. So there will be that energy of action on your spiritual path. Focus, pay attention. Three of Swords, Page of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Oh, this is interesting. And let's see, the High Priestess. All right, so there you are. This is the comfort zone for Pisces, really connecting with your intuition. It's all good, right? Like you do know. I guess I need to say that to somebody. You do know the answer here, okay? Oh, thank you, Taurus Truth Tarot. Thank you very much. Blessings to you as well. You do know the truth here. This might be, there might be some kind of situation that you're running away from. Okay. And it can be in your work area, or you can bury yourself in your work. Getting focused in your work might be the antidote for you, or really will help you out. There's some kind of heartbreak you're running away from. I do feel that even if this hasn't happened yet, I think you do know it's coming. I think you know because of High Priestess here. And I also think that all the more reason why this is showing up as like a running away, because it's like, oh no, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this again. I don't want to have to, go through more healing. Please, I don't really want to do that. But here's the thing. There seems to be Four of Cups. Your friends are not super helpful in this regard, or you may be feeling a lot of gossip around you right now, maybe even at work. So you're going to need to focus on what you're doing and don't pay attention to what's going on with other people. I feel like there might be some jealousy around you or something like that, because this Three of Swords in this deck, in this mythic deck, is really about two other people like trying to spear you. Okay. And this is King Agamemnon dead in the bath. So it did happen, right? So that is something to pay attention to in terms of like protecting yourself, focusing on your work, doing the things you need to do, and, honoring your intuition in this regard. Yep. Okay. I know what's going on. I'm just going to do what I need to do. There's no need for me to engage these people, but I do need to protect myself. Okay, Pisces, that's for you. For Aries, what do you need to know right now, Aries? Oh, air. Are you dealing with an air sign? Some of you could be too much up in your head about something. Let's see what's going on here. Strength. Knight of Swords. Ooh, rage. Nine of Swords. Talk about up in your head. Oh my goodness. And the Fool. So there is a new beginning happening, and you may be a little bit freaked out. This feels to me very good. It feels like you're on task. You're on path. You're doing what you need to do in your life. You might be overcoming something difficult, but I do think you're up in your head about something, and it can be distracting. It also can, I'm really getting that some of you have like unexpected rage boiling up in you about something, about some experience that you thought you had dealt with. Unexpected rage, maybe in the middle of the night, maybe some kind of fleeting, powerful emotion. Knight of Swords is usually rage, but it's all, this is also Mercury, the twins here, Gemini energy. So it could be dealing with the Gemini. We got the air sign there, or a Leo. And I am feeling like there is a new path forward. I almost feel like you're kind of in this black and white thinking about it, that there's only two choices and you're keeping your vision too small. You need to think bigger about something. There's definitely emotion boiling underneath. Those are triggers. Those need to be paid attention to. Okay. Don't just like blow them off as like, well, you know, it's just me. It's just who I am. No, I think you might have been wrestling with this for a long time. And I think there is a new path forward, but deal with the emotions or deal with being too much up in your head. Like I said, you could be dealing with a Gemini. And this is also elemental air. So air is about ideas. And if you're thinking there's only two choices in front of you, that's when we block ourselves into feeling stuck, especially if we don't like those two choices or if we've given away our power. And one of the choices is the complete domain of another person, like them choosing us in a relationship or something like that. If we've given away our power, that's something to pay attention to. I feel like there's 100 different choices in how to work with this situation, and you're cutting yourself off from them and being too much up in your head about it. So it's almost like the answer is not going to come from thinking, Aries. The answer is not going to come from thinking. That's what you need to know right now. Okay, Taurus. For you, Taurus, desert. This is the desert. This is a time of silence. This is also the desert at night, which can be very cold. So this can feel a little bit cold and alone. You might feel that. Yeah, there's the moon. This is at night. Yup. Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups, Seven of Wands. I feel like you're resisting. I do feel if you feel alone in a relationship, or you feel like you don't exactly, I don't know, feel connected to the person you're with or the person you want to be with, I feel like you might be resisting in some way. Okay, like, okay, this is not for all of you, but for some of you, you might get some kind of feeling of accomplishment to not be connected to this person, or some kind of feeling of like victim consciousness, right? Victim archetype of like, I'm not connected to my person, but you know, they're the ones that are doing this. They're the ones that are pushing me away. They're the ones. And I almost feel like it's time for you to really look deep into your own heart. This is the Queen of Cups here, and the moon. The moon is who we truly are at our core. And I do feel like you're going to be having some kind of new truth pop up that maybe you've been resisting for a while, not wanting to know this truth. All right, there's the clarification we need. Page of Pentacles. I say this with all the love in my heart, that there is something new to learn from this situation, that it's not really the other person's fault. It's never just one person's, right? It's like, it needs attention from you. It needs your openness to learning. Like, well, how can I make this different? Or how can I get closer to this person? Or how can I get closer to me? Or how can I feel more connected? How can I remove this sense of loneliness or desolation or anything like that? It's almost like what's coming up for you in the moon phases. Now, I'm going to say to you, Taurus, that I do think we have Jupiter moving through your sign right now. We're going to have Jupiter conjunct Uranus in April in Taurus, all right, in your sign. And so there may be some kind of opening up of like, oh, wow, this is how I feel, or this is why I'm feeling like this, like some truth, because Jupiter is truth. Okay, so some truth that maybe you've been resisting showing up in April. And it can happen anytime between now and then, or even afterwards, because like I said to you, that the shadow times are loud for planets that move very slowly, and Uranus certainly fits that bill. This does have to do maybe with activation energy on March 25th with the eclipse. So there may be some truth coming out. Pay attention to that full moon eclipse happening at the end of March, because I think there's some kind of truth that is your intuition that brings clarity. That's what intuition does. It brings clarity. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. All right. That's for Taurus. Now, for Gemini, my Gemini brethren, let's see where we're going here. Winter. Well, we're almost done. Yay! In the Northern Hemisphere, anyway. This is a 22 card. This winter has taught you a lot about something, all right, about a situation, maybe about a codependent relationship. There's your card, Lovers, the Death card, excuse me, and King of Pentacles. Wow. You will, I feel like you're profiting a lot from moving away from being codependent, being enabling in any situation. Whatever you learned over the winter about this relationship is going to make for an opportunity of major change. Okay, is going to make for an opportunity of major change. I like this King of Pentacles because this makes me feel like you profit from this in some way, like some kind of lesson that comes through brings oh, I get it. Okay. So you're going to value yourself more because you make a change. You make some kind of big change in your life. And that's because you're learning to value yourself more. Okay. King of Pentacles doesn't always mean money. It can, but it doesn't always mean it. I just feel like you're moving away from this very difficult energy where you might have been in codependency with someone, or like taking on everything. You're the one who has to handle the entire relationship, or you're the one who has to handle all of the projects, or you're the one that has to handle all of the situation with another person, Scorpio, another Gemini, maybe. And it's ending, right? So good news, darling. This 10 of Wands is ending, and you do have a lot of self-esteem. That's what happens when esteem comes first. When you are in a toxic situation and you step into a higher level of sense of self-esteem, then things change, because it's like you don't take it anymore, or you don't, you're not so enamored of the situation. Doesn't have the buzz, doesn't have the hook for you. You're like, this kind of sucks. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. So there's just a sense of that. And you can see, even long-term relationships, and this could be a long-term relationship because there's pentacles, right? It's slow. And so a long-term relationship, you could see it very differently. And that leads to change because you've changed, not because that has changed. You've changed. That's the key. Okay. That's for Gemini. Now for Cancer, woo! Authenticity. Holy moly, look at that mask. Authenticity for Cancer. Got to be your real self, my darling. There's the Empress, 9 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Wow. So I feel like you're crossing oceans to get to this person. This could be a life partner. You could also be stepping into a higher sense of self-esteem. This could be you. All right, Cancer, this Empress of giving birth to something could be giving birth to a business, a relationship, an idea, a job path, something. You're like in that gestation phase. So there's not a lot that's visible to other people, right? There's a lot going on in here. 9 of Wands. Right? There's a lot going on in here. And I feel like this person is kind of unaware. They're not seeing anything from you. They're not hearing anything from you. But I feel like this is necessary. This is very necessary. 10 of Pentacles. If you are doing some healing work right now and you don't know why, first of all, you're stepping into your authenticity by doing this healing work. You're able to be more true and speak your truth more. We talk a lot about Jupiter in 2024. And when Jupiter moves into Gemini in May, there's some kind of truth that you'll be speaking to a person. You might not know them right now, or you may have known them for a long time, but you're not really connecting with them right now. This is definitely about a long-term partnership that's could be a love partnership, could be a business partnership, something. You're healing and sort of preparing yourself right now. Preparing yourself right now for something big and long-lasting. So if you don't know why you're if you don't know why you're like, all of a sudden I just feel like I just want to be alone, or I don't want to, I don't want to deal with people. I just got to, focus on myself, and maybe even healing, maybe even going on retreat or something like that. We'll find out about it, but probably not till April or May, right? March may or may not really bring any information forward to those of us who are dealing with cancers, but you will know. Okay. You will know. And definitely that, that Libra full moon at the end of March, that is activation energy of change in terms of relationships. So other people will start to know. And full moon, right? Shining your light brightly. Okay. So, let's see. We'll move on to Leo. What's going on for Leo? Pedestal. Oh my. Pedestal. Are you on a pedestal? Have you put someone on a pedestal? Ace of Cups. Look at, she's on a pedestal, right? She's out there in the middle of the ocean on this pedestal. Everybody's saluting her. Everybody is looking up to her. Is this an ego thing? What? Okay, the world. Now, this says to me that there has been something holding you back, and putting someone on a pedestal or being on a pedestal isn't as great as it sounds, because that makes you not real. That makes you not real. And if you've put someone else on a pedestal, you're not really being your real self with them. So there's something about that. That's a trap. The Devil card could be dealing with a Capricorn. All right. That's a Devil card. And the world, like, that's completed. There's some kind of lesson around that. We all have ego, and there's no such thing as really as getting rid of your ego. Okay. I know that in spiritual circles, there's a goal for that, but it's about not being driven by that ego. That's really what you're working on doing. Leo, maybe you are working on that. If we get put on a pedestal, do we have a lot of ego about that? Do we love it that someone is like adoring us? And I feel like this shifts in a good way, right? Towards integration and towards we're on the same level. Okay. Because look at this too. Like, he's above these two people, right? There's a hierarchical system here that isn't working. If we want to go forward into this new path, which is both of us, neither one of us on a pedestal, then we're going to have to work through this. And the Devil energy is indicative of how we hold ourselves back, how we keep ourselves in bad situations or situations that aren't serving us because of some kind of inner wounding, right? Karmic relationships seek your wound. They seek wounds. All right. That's not the same thing as twin flame. That's not the same thing as straight up soulmate, because karmic relationships, that's the only reason for karmic relationships, is to seek your wound. Okay. That's the only reason. So you might be in one of those kinds of relationships. You might close out of that and then find someone who is much more aligned, much more authentic. But there is some sense of like, we need to deal with ego in this connection. Hello from Finland. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's Leo. So Virgo, what is going on for you? At the end of this, I will be, doing cards for everybody watching. Okay. And when this goes to a video, we'll do time codes. So FYI. Oh my God. All right, Virgo, gaslighting. What is going on with you, Virgo? 9 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the Judgment card. Okay. Gaslighting. Are you gaslighting yourself, or is someone gaslighting you? I feel like you might be getting clear of that, actually. This is a choice. This is a choice point. And I feel like because some of the readings I've done for Virgo recently have been about really finding the path forward, really being able to be like, oh wow, like this is what I'm here to do. This is my mission. This is my purpose. This is my person. I feel like you could be dealing with an air sign, okay, and this person is very stable, solid, single. There's somebody who is kind of amazing. Maybe you have put this person on a pedestal a little bit. But this gaslighting thing, I feel like this comes from the past because Queen of Swords is super clear, opposite of gaslighting. Okay. So if there is this sense of gaslighting and Virgo, this might just be for a few of you. Are you gaslighting somebody else? You know what's going on, you know what you're doing, and there's going to be some kind of reckoning for that. That might not, that's definitely not for all of you Virgos. I think some of you have suffered from gaslighting in the past. And I think maybe it's keeping you from making this choice. Like, I'm afraid it's going to happen again. But I do feel like this Queen of Swords is a straight shooter. And with love, right? It's a queen. So it comes from a feminine energy. She also has a picture of water here. So she's sitting on a throne that's a stone throne. And she's also, this is a very desolate kind of look at the backdrop and everything, but she's still got water and she's still got truth, right? So she is not desolate and not without feeling. And if you're connecting with somebody, they are not without feelings for you. They are not without feelings for you. So just know that. And I feel like you will make a good choice here. Okay. That person seems like a straight shooter and not one who's going to damage your heart. Okay, that's for Virgo. Now for Libra, autumn, the fall, autumn. This is a cycle, right? We're talking about a season. For everything, there is a season. And there is something that has fallen off or something that has died off. Like the leaves get pushed off the trees. The trees are like, hey, I don't have any energy for you over the winter. I just got to, take it all back in. So the leaves fall off, right? The leaves fall off. And there was something that had to be shed, Libra. There was something that had to be shed. 3 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Yep, look at this. 2 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So Libra's doing a good job of really self-love, of taking care of themselves. If there's been a situation that kind of fell off from last fall, by this fall, I feel like it will be back in full swing. The Wheel of Fortune coming through here. This person is fated and destined. I feel like you had some work to do on your own self-love. And this 3 of Pentacles, you may just be like, okay, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to build my business. I'm going to take care of myself. And this 2 of Swords, I'm going to clarify this a little bit, Libra, because this is sort of like, I'm not going to fight about it, right? I don't want to fight about it, or I don't want to be around fighting or anything like that. You might have been dealing with a person who really needs their space too. What's the clarification of that? Yeah, the person's the hermit. They need their space. They need their time. But you are going to hear about it. You are going to, they might be dealing with a problematic relationship in their life, whatever that is. And so you just need to focus on yourself, Libra, focus on self-love, focus on your work, focus on anything you started or are starting. This is a destined connection. So just turn your attention to something else. It will come back around. Okay, Libra, it will come back around. All right, Scorpio. We've got Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, and Aquarius, and then I will pull cards for everybody, okay? All right, so for Scorpio, stuck. Scorpio, what? Okay, the Emperor, 6 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the 10 of Swords. All right, so we're coming to the end of the stuckness. That's a good thing. And I do feel like some of you could be stuck in an ending, like an ending of a marriage, an ending of a situation, especially someone who was quite toxic. You could be stuck in that ending. This is victim archetype right here. Okay. Like, I can't go on. There's nothing to do. I don't know how to, pick myself up again. Scorpio, you're very good at transformation. Obviously, that's your archetype. So there's no need for this, right? There's no need for this. And I don't want to be that parent that's like, rub some dirt on it and get up. But I do think that what you need to do right now, that's the theme of this reading, is seek out a teacher, okay, that's going to help you align with your true self and get yourself unstuck from this victim archetype. The best thing about the Ten of Swords, and yes, there is a good thing about the Ten of Swords, is the sun is coming up. There's nowhere to go but up, okay? And these are the Furies, right? These are the things that show up in your head in the middle of the night, the like, and these Ten of Swords, it's like not necessary. It's unnecessary. This is Pallas Athena right here. And she's like defending you while you're laying on the tarmac here, on the turf. It's really time for you to seek a teacher, and a teacher of some kind of truth that comes from this relationship. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not going to accept this particular ending, or I'm not accepting this particular truth. And that might be the thing that will help you get unstuck. Because if you just accept it, right? Just accept it. Accept that maybe whatever it is for you. If you accept it, the faster you accept it, the more you'll be able to move forward in a healthy way. But the lack of acceptance, stubbornness, or something like that, we have the Emperor there, it's not serving you right now. All right, Saggies, what's going on for Saggies? Sacral chakra. Wow, I have been hearing this everywhere this week. I've heard sacral chakra in at least 4 different, I don't know, like a video that I fat fingered that I by accident clicked on, no accidents, right? Was about the sacral chakra the other day. I heard someone talking in a group that I belong to about the sacral chakra. I heard, this is showing up a lot, Sag. This is about your passion. This is the womb energy, the feminine energy of the womb. This is about birthing something new. This is about getting connected to your physicality in a way of passion or desire. There's something about that going on for Saggies. Yep, Ace of Pentacles. Wow, Tower. 10 of Cups. Holy cow. 7 of Swords. This is a secret. This is a secret. And it doesn't necessarily mean like it's cheating or anything like that. It's just that it's almost like you're keeping it a secret. This is a relationship that suddenly comes to pass, suddenly shows up in your life, suddenly. Ace of Pentacles to 10 of Cups is massively powerful, positive energy. The Ace of Pentacles is planting the seed for this 10 of Cups. The Tower is a sudden shift, a very sudden shift. And it's like it's almost like some of you are secretly getting married or something like that. Maybe not that full cycle of something, or starting a relationship from one day you're single, the next day you're committed, like you're in it, it's like that. Okay. And it's a secret. You're keeping it a secret for some reason. Okay. There's some big ugly out there for the other person. There's some people who wouldn't understand it. There's some people who would fight against it, would resist it, would reject it. And so we're going to keep it a secret. It's not a shameful thing. This is not about shame. This is about us, just us. This is for you and me. This is for our growth, for our happiness. We are going to protect ourselves because there is some kind of energy around us that isn't supportive of this. It could be anything. This could be anything, any reason. Right? Any reason, whatever it is for you. But I feel like this is a long-term partnership that suddenly happens and you are in it. right? You're committed. You're planting the seeds for the future. The Tower is, whenever I think of Tower in terms of timing, it's now. You can feel it coming almost in your sacral chakra. Like you feel the passion of this person. You feel this connectedness, and then boom, it's in front of you, right? It's in the field. It's in the room in some way. Okay. All right. That's for Saggies. For Capricorn, let's see. Capricorn, root chakra, another chakra card. That's relevant for Capricorn in so many ways. Sometimes when I talk about astrology, the astrological chart, there's the Imam Coli, there's the part of your birth chart that's the cusp of the 4th house, and it's in opposition to the cusp of your 10th house. The 4th house is about mother energy. It's about how you were nurtured. That's how you have planted your roots. And then the energy shoots up through that 10th house. And that's where people see you. That's your reputation. That's your career. So a lot of times careers can be because of good or not so good nurturing energy, or in spite of it. Okay. Or in spite of it. So Capricorn, there's something here about that for you. Knight of Wands, 9 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Come here, you. And the 3 of Wands. So this is about expectations. Expectations around a connection. I feel like you're dealing with someone who isn't into commitment very much. That Knight of Wands is not into commitment. And I feel like there's an ultimatum coming here. You're like, you know what? I am like a massive tree. I am someone who believes commitment is important to my growth and learning and healing. And I do feel like this person comes back around. You might walk away from them, but I do feel like they come back around. And it's sort of like, we need to talk about this more. Okay, if commitment is what you want, then commitment you shall have, right? He gives this boy his crown. There's something here about that. And I feel like standing your ground is the right thing. I mean, do I really need to tell Capricorns to stand their ground? No, I don't. But that's what's going on. And it really does have to do with what you want to grow in your life. And feeling secure in this relationship is an important piece of that. Okay. All right, Aquarius. And then I will pull cards for everybody watching. Okay, come here, you. Spring. Yay! Spring is coming. We are about a month away, 3 weeks away or so. Let's see. Hanged Man, 8 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the Temperance card. So we've got Archangel Michael in action here. I feel like Archangel Michael is bringing together a situation that has been separated over the winter or over the past 2 seasons. And because of this Hanged Man, I feel like you have been waiting very patiently, Aquarius, but it's time to reconnect in the spring. It will be a strong reconnection. There'll be a lot of communication. If you're the one who isn't the one to take action, I feel like the other person will say, it's time for us to reconnect. And you do have Archangel Michael to thank. So if you have any interest in this actually manifesting, your job here is to start working with Archangel Michael. Okay, we're talking about this in Pathfinders today, where we're manifesting our intuition in a way that helps us connect to our spirit guides, that helps us work with these energies, these archangels, the ascended masters. Okay. And, you can get all kinds of messages coming through without you really working with your intuition. But for goodness sake, it will make it so much more intelligible. You'll know what it means, right? How many times have you seen people going, I got this thing happening. What does it mean? I got this thing happening. What does it mean? That's your job to interpret that based on your own intuition and based on your own system of connecting with your guides. So let's say you want to know about a particular person, if this person is going to come back around, and you connect with your guides and ask for a sign. If this person is coming back around, show me a, and then watch for that symbol. That's how you get messages, especially with guides that you don't normally work with. I'm going to suggest that you start working with Archangel Michael Aquarius, because that's the guy, that's the, he's kind of the CEO of the twin flame community. And this is a 2 of cups. So, and you see the dolphins there, there's two. And for a long time, this has felt pretty desolate. So I'm going to suggest that you do that. Aquarius. Okay. So let's do a reading for everybody watching. All right. Let's do a reading for everybody watching. What does everybody need to know right now? This is what needs to come through, please. What needs to come through? All right. Okay. I got this the other day too. Transmute. This is about taking lead and turning it into gold. If you have some things going on in your life that you feel are not super awesome, it's time for you to look at them again. What is the lesson they're teaching me? What is it? What is the importance of this? How can I integrate this into my life? It's not just enough to have the awareness of the lesson. What's more important is that you change behavior. All right. You change behavior that you can, right? You change you. That's the only thing you can do, is see the lesson and then incorporate it into your living. Oh my God. Okay. Jealousy. Wow. And relief. Okay. Some of you are the target of jealousy. Some of you feel the jealousy yourself about another situation. And I feel like I'll go right back to the transmuting here. In order to gain relief, I think you need to take another look. Like, why are you jealous about this? Are you jealous because you're not getting enough attention from a person and they're focusing on their work? Are you jealous because there's not enough time in the day for the things you want to do? And there's like this feeling of, I want to do some other things. Why does she get to read tarot on YouTube when I have to go to this lousy job? Things like that kind of stuff. It's sort of important for you to go, okay, well, how can I make that happen? How can I start reading tarot on YouTube? How can I put that into practice? How can I do that? Okay. So I'm not suggesting everybody here is going to read tarot on YouTube, but you never know. So let's see what's going on here. 3 of Cups. Oh yeah. 2 of Wands. Some of you need to get away from a group of friends. Okay. You need to walk away from this situation. The Taurus energy and the Ace of Cups and the Moon underneath. Wow. So there is a new opportunity coming in Taurus time in May, maybe activating on this March 25th eclipse. And so some of you need to walk away from a third party. Some of you need to walk away from a third party. In order to gain the commitment you want, you cannot get it through channeling third party energy or through being present in third party energy. Time to walk away from that. All right. There's something coming in the moon, in this full moon that's happening. We have a new moon in Pisces that's happening first. That's much more about your unconscious, your spiritual connection. I am going to be talking about journaling in a way that will help you connect with that today in Pathfinders. That's an exercise I'm going to give you guys. So let's see here. The Knight of Swords. That's usually about rage. And because we have jealousy here, wow, what is going on, dudes? There's something you really want to create in your life. You should go do it. You should go do it. All right. Do it as well as you can, or start it up, or take a step. Yes, 10 of Pentacles. It's going to work out great if you do that. But this jealousy or this sense of a victim mentality, I've said it a couple times today, the victim archetype is something that seriously is getting in the way. It's wasted energy. It's wasted energy to not be being your own sort of best friend, It's wasted energy to just look externally at circumstances and say, this is the reason why we can't have nice things, right? This is the reason. And it's an external thing. But what can you do internal to you to shift the situation? 10 of Pentacles. Wow. The 4 of Pentacles. You are really holding back for some reason here. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I love it. Hermit, King of Wands, and the outcome is the 5 of Wands. There is some pattern from your upbringing, from childhood, that tells you can't be successful, you can't be happy. And, you might have fallen in with mean girls or something like that in high school, or there has been some kind of manifestation in terms of a friend group. If you are dealing with a friend group that does a lot of gossipy stuff, I really feel like you need to move on from that. Okay. And the other people aren't going to like it, but you're turning yourself into, look at this. After a while of introspection, you're channeling this energy. You're channeling any kind of negative vibrations you might have, jealousy, rage, victimhood, anything like that. You're channeling it into this King of Wands. This is the choice, right? There's destiny is when we make choices. Fate is when we don't, right? Fate is when we don't make any choices. It's just happening to me. Everything's just happened to me. I'm a total victim. But destiny is when you make choices with the energies that are in front of you and channel the energy in a positive way, a learned way, a wisdom-oriented way. That is going to bring you that 10 of Pentacles. You also could be dealing with family legacy in terms of what you think you're capable of. I think you should look at that a lot more closely. You're capable of a lot more than you think. This is tradition, right? This is our family's traditions. This is what we're told as children. This is what we think we can't get out of. Your mind is a box. And so your intuition is the thing that informs you for how to get out of the box. Okay. Your mind can't come up with a new solution. It's really coming from intuition. It's coming from your connection to spirit. And then the mind can work with it. The mind can organize it. The mind can think about it, but it can't come up with new stuff. That comes from intuition. That's where that comes from, when you have new ideas. So this is very much an opportunity of destiny playing out right now, the Wheel of Fortune. And are you going to let it be fate, where you stay in this rageful kind of, I never get what I want, and I'm never going to get to this 10 of Pentacles. I'm just this 4 of Pentacles. And your friends go, yeah, that's right. Stay with us. Don't take a risk. Don't go out there. And what if you fail? What if you fail? You're not that smart. You're not that pretty. You're not that intelligent. You're not that driven. Whatever it is, whatever they're saying to you, you're like incorporating that in your own self-talk. So it's absolutely important, even if you are alone for a while. Won't be alone forever. Even if you're alone for a while, it's time to make that shift. Okay. And then we have this relief card here. You're building your muscle around self-love. That is self-love. That is one definition of self-love here. Anything else, please? Alone is okay. I agree. 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Look at your mindset, baby. Queen of Cups. Look at your mindset. Change, death, change. Your heart is desiring a change, and mindset is just deciding to think differently. That's all it is. It's a way of, now I'm thinking differently. Tell yourself, put some mantras around, tell yourself, you got this. You can do this. The more you say it to yourself, the more it comes true. Okay. So that's for everybody today. I hope that was helpful to you guys. And Pathfinders, I will see you today at 1:00. We're talking about intuition. I am going to give you a spiritual practice if you don't have one already. And I am going to talk about journaling to improve your intuition. So if you want to jump on to Pathfinders, if you're not part of us, please jump on. There's a link in the description box when this becomes a video in a few minutes. All right. All right, you guys, welcome. Have a good day. Have a good day or have a good sleep wherever you are in the world. Mwah.